I told you, for the price of a Ford Fiesta used 2015, you could have one of the most safest, reliable and packed out specification wise cars in the market today. Right next to me is the Volvo V40. This isn't a normal Volvo V40, this is the SE Lux Nav Edition, meaning it's one of the best specifications out there for the V40, especially on a 2013. This one's a Japanese import, around 50,000 genuine miles from new, and we're going to show you about this car today. So, let's have a look. So, one of the main things that you see when you're looking at the V40 is actually it has a twin exhaust, giving it that sporty look, hence the sport version of the vehicle. Now also we know about the V40s, being this T4 SE Lux Nav Edition, we get a great big hatchback boot space, and underneath as well you get even more room, say any flat pack stuff, anything you need right there. Close it right at the top and you're good to go. As we come to the inside of the car, that's kind of where the car comes into a piece of its own. So when we look down here, you've got the 3-stage memory seats. These seats are also heated and fully electric. And when we look at the steering wheel, we've got that premium Volvo leather with the multifunction steering wheel. There are all the bells and whistles there, and the quality, I know you can't hear it from here, but the quality is second to none, unlike some of those cheap A classes nowadays. So, in typical Scandinavian fashion, the Volvo has a sleek design, a beautiful Volvo grille. This one also has the sonar crash assist as well, and we've got those sweeping headlights as well. And as we come round, the design kind of sweeps absolutely through the car. Now, I'm going to sit in here and I'm going to show you just how much space we actually have. Again, I'm about 5'8", 5'9". We've got that premium plush door card as well. Everything about it is quite nice actually. And again, loads of headroom as well. So for something that is of this size, it is extremely spacious and comfortable. Now, being a Japanese import, one of the great features it has, it actually already has pigmented, so it's not a tint, but a pigmented window, meaning it's already completely blacked out, perfect for privacy and family. And when we come to the inside, especially with the Japanese imports, the rear seats that are basically box fresh. So if the cameraman looks inside, he can see, you know, how clean it is. Right, talked a little bit about the car, but we don't do garage queens around here, so we might as well go for a test drive. What do you reckon? So as we get into the car, before I actually start the car, I just wanted to show you this key. So this isn't your ordinary key. First of all, you can see it's keyless, but we've also got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buttons on one key. So we obviously know we've got the lock and the unlock. However, we've also got the welcoming lights, something to open the boot, and these two are the special buttons. So one is that triangle hazard light. So that's a panic alarm, believe it or not. If you press it enough times, the car just goes off for whatever reason. I don't really understand it, but probably something else. And the other really cool feature here, you can see that it's got that I button, which is information. So what happens is when you press that, a lot of the details come on the dash. So if you're looking through the window or you want to get in the car, you press it a couple of times, and what you see, it will tell you if the car is unlocked or locked, the situation on the car, when it's last started, and a few other features. You can always change it. But yeah, to start the car, you can either keep this in your pocket, but I always like to slot it into the keyless area here. Press your brake and just press the button. Nice and easy. Mr. Cameraman, I want you to get in, let's go. Right then, let's take this 2013 Volvo V40 out for a drive. So immediately as I was pulling off, you really feel the oomph that the 1.6 petrol brings to the car. Paired with this gearbox as well, it's actually quite decent. Again, it's not the most sportiest gearbox, but this is not what the car is meant for. This is supposed to be a semi-luxury hatchback, perfect for daily driving, and you can cruise on the motorway quite easily. So whether you're crawling through traffic, going on a long journey, or commuting on the country roads, this car does absolutely everything quite quickly and quite easily. So one thing Volvo have also got really right in this car is a seating position. So first of all, obviously you've got the 3-stage memory heated seats, but The actual seats themselves are really comfortable. It's almost like it's extra cushion. The bolsters are really good, and this being a 13-year-old car, you'd think there'd be a lot of wear and tear, a little bit of play, but there isn't. I'm a little bit wider than the normal lad my age and my size, but yeah, I feel completely comfortable. And that's not something you get in many hatchbacks. A lot of hatchbacks kind of skimp out on the interior, keeping it economical, but that's where the SE looks, the looks part of the name comes through. So if you're someone who does long commutes, motorway mode, you'll really appreciate the support that they provide, especially when you're doing, 1,000 miles a week or up to 3,000 miles a month. You're going to really enjoy this car. It makes this a really nice GT cruiser. So let's talk specifically about this one. So inside this one specifically, being again the SE Lux nav, you get some really nice features. So again, we've already talked about full leather interior, we've already talked about the heated seats. It's got dual climate control, AC, and if we pan over here, we've got loads of buttons, making this feel a lot more premium. Now, so I'm a fan of buttons. I'm not a big fan of the new wave of big tablets and just having to scroll through everything. So I like that I can literally feel button, twist knobs, and make sure that I can set this car to how I want. I think it's also good that you've got a keypad here if you want to really type in numbers. I don't really see the point of it, especially nowadays with smartphones, but back in 2013, I can really understand how that would have been ahead of its time. Right, getting back to the car after the dual climate, we've also got cruise control, which is adaptive. We've got the front sign, we've got the Bluetooth audio, hands-free, satellite navigation, keyless entry and exit, push button start, and we've also had a customer previously put this Apple CarPlay screen in. So although it is a cheaper Apple CarPlay screen, it's an Apple CarPlay screen, so if you buy this specific model, you get it free of charge. And another feature I really do like is actually this dashboard. It's not kind of a base dashboard, you've got kind of this sweeping design. You've got the digital dash here, and you've got this interface here. And back in 2013, this would have been cream of the crop. Again, back in 2013, you would have still had analog cars, analog speedos, and you would very rarely have an upgraded infotainment system that still looks in place in 2026. Now, on top of all the design features, the Scandinavians have actually looked really practically. As we're driving along, you can really appreciate how insulated the car is. You feel like you're in your own element, you're in your own bubble. There's very little road noise. Paired with these alloy wheels specifically, the car is extremely smooth. Now, these do come with those R-design alloys, which can make the ride a little bit more bumpier. However, that's what you get whenever you have a bigger alloy and lower profile tyres. You get more unladen weight and you get a lot of bumps. This specific one has a smaller chunkier tyres with the smaller alloys, makes it that much better when driving. And on top of that, you barely hear the wind. The suspension does a fantastic job of soaking up the bumps in the road, and especially nowadays when you've got loads of potholes, it is a pleasure to drive something like this. So it's been designed comfortably, practically, refined, and the Scandinavians have done an excellent job overall. And that's why the Volvo V40 is one of the best-selling Volvos out there. So, being a Volvo, everyone talks about it, safety. Safety has always been one of the biggest selling points of Volvos, and this one is no different. The V40 comes equipped with the features such as city safety assist, so you have this kind of sweeping part of the dashboard. So if you're coming in a bit too close to a car, a bit too quickly to a car, it flashes red and can also auto brake for you. We've got lane departure assist as well. We've got the adaptive cruise control as well, stability control, multiple airbag, ISOFIX in the back, and even by today's standard, that's an impressive level of safety standards. Now let's talk about this one and why we imported this from Japan. So the biggest advantage of this is the condition and the mileage. Typically, especially in the UK market, these cars are good to go up to around 200 to 250,000 miles. Now, although that is a great point, you don't always want to buy a car with that many miles. So as always, in Japan, you can always get a great example with lower miles at an affordable cost. So again, like I said, less corrosion on the roads, a lot better condition. These cars have to go through something called a shaken, which we'll talk about in another video. So we've talked about the good things, but we now do have to come to the nitty gritty. So although it is, for its time, excellent, we're in 2026 now, so we've got to talk about it like that. So one of the small niggles I've noticed, coming back to this keypad, it is absolutely obsolete. The other thing is these knobs aren't labelled properly, so sometimes you want to turn on your AC and you accidentally put your volume up, and then when you go down here, you put your fan up. Now this knob does something else. It's supposed to be temperature, but it's not really really good to see. And then you got your tune here. So it does take a little bit of getting used to, like anything else. Again, this is just a pet peeve of mine rather than anything. But generally speaking, like I said, I do like that it still has those knobs that you can twist and turn and still feel part of the car. Again, another feature that nowadays is something very hard to live without is the Apple CarPlay. So you can see the customer's already fitted one. However, as standard, unfortunately, these only come with Bluetooth, radio and DAB. So again, for the age, perfect. For 2026, not so much, but it's good that this one specifically has got the screen. And the last little pet peeve I'm going to say is that the rear seats don't have as much kind of space as the front. I feel like they've made the front like really nice and ergonomical, neglected the back almost. So it's, again, you've got the leather seats, the ISOFIX and everything, but when it comes to the door cards and the spacing, I feel like they've just missed a little bit there, and they could have done a lot better of a job. But again, it's not the end of the world. I'm a driver, I'm going to be just sitting in the front. Most likely, if you've got this car, you're sensible, you've got family in the back and or kids in the back, and that's the reason you bought it. So again, for the little people out there, not an issue. So overall, I think the Volvo V40 is one of the most underrated luxury hatchbacks out there. Everyone talks about your 1 Series, your 2 Series, the A-Class, the A3, but a lot of people neglect that this is still in the market. Now, it gives a premium comfort, it gives you the safety, it gives you that peace of mind that this car is good, and parts and labour for this car is readily available. We've just done the timing belt and water pump on this car, excluding labour. The parts were only about 50 quid, which is very surprising for a car of this calibre. Right, let's get back in the showroom and talk a little bit about on the car, and I'll give my final verdict, and yeah, I think that's about it really. So, test drive over, now it's for my final verdict. Reliable, good design, ahead of its time, and severely underrated. I think the Volvo V40 is an excellent choice for a car. Paired with the 1.6 with the automatic gearbox, and for the price of around £5,500, it's an absolute no-brainer. You're not going to get a better luxury hatchback for the price. So, if I was a person with a small family, I've really looked at reliability, and I wanted something that wouldn't break the bank but still get the luxury of the bigger and way more expensive German hot hatches and hatches, I'd look no further. The Volvo V40 is an excellent choice, and you can buy this today for £5,500 at HDG Cars. Genuine miles, warranty given, finance, we're FCA approved so we can give finance, and we really want you guys to let us know what kind of videos you want. Please comment down below what videos you want to see. Information, post, whatever you want. Please like, share, subscribe, and again, thank you very much guys. We'll see you in the next one.